Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This video is not for everyone. This is specifically for bike lovers, especially the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 that I have got, or people who are interested to buy the bike, or people who are interested to have the Java handlebar mirror for their bike. So I have a very positive review about this Java handlebar mirror because it's been almost 4 to 5 months that I've been using it, and it's quite good. There are really less vibrations on that compared to the stock ones or the default one that we get. And the main reason that I got switched to this Java handlebar mirror is the price point, and the quality. So this is the stock mirror that I got with my Interceptor. I am fixing this on this Interceptor just to show you how it might look, the performance of this along with the Java handlebar. So this is the setup. You can see both the mirrors here. This is the stock and this is the Java handlebar mirror. So I'll be showing you how it looks when you how it performs in the highway as well as on the off-road. I'll go around 100 kilometers and then I'll just show you how much this vibrates and this doesn't, and I'll also show you in off-road in an Apache road how it looks. Right now I have switched to the super view mode, and let me just start and rev and see how they perform. So let's see. So no vibration while revving when I'm stable. Let's just go few kilometers per hour and see. So ready, set, go. So I'll be going in two types of terrain right now. One is just the main road. On the highway I will go, and let's see how it performs there. So this is a little bit off-road also, and now we are at the highway, a complete smooth road. I hope it doesn't, now you can see clearly, both of them have the same focal field of view. No much difference. Actually this one is small and this is a little bit bigger, but then still I feel like both of them have the same field of view. You might not be able to see it on the camera, but then I can see it. Also this is a little bit tinted, and this is I guess a little bit less tinted, so a little bit clear in this, a little bit of the tint feeling I'm getting. And now you can see this is vibrating, and this is not vibrating at all. So let me just go at around 100 kilometers. Now you can see a lot of vibrations. So there is a hump there. Okay, so now you see these high vibrations on that. Yes, this is what I was talking about. So I hope people got the answer. If you are revving at around 80 to 100 kilometers, the stock mirrors are going to vibrate definitely, and that's what I was talking about, and that's the advantage point. And this isn't vibrating at all. This is like, it's a CNC cut, and the advantage with this is it's a little bit short and it looks really cool, really stylish. It looks, no matter on any bike, any bike you install it. And this one you can only rotate and then fix to your need. And another advantage is over the Royal Enfield bar and mirror that you get, there is advantage on this as well. The first advantage is that it is quite cheap, less than half the price. The Royal Enfield one costs around 4,000 4,500 in some places, a little bit different. see now you see there is vibrations on the mirror. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. And so this is like I'm going at around 85, 90, 100. The subject on the rear is not that much visible, not that much clear on this mirror, and in this mirror it's quite visible. And yeah, I was talking about the advantage of this mirror over the Royal Enfield Baron mirror is that is expensive, and this is less than half the price from Jawa. And this has got this tilt as well, you know, it can tilt left and right, but because of these hinges here it can tilt left and right, but the Enfield mirrors don't, and this can be adjusted anywhere. And the only thing that you'll have to do it to fix in this is you'll have to cut that protruding part here, like you have seen in my previous video. So now I will stop here and then I'll go back, and now we'll try on the off-road, on the rough patches. So this is the first time I'm doing a moto vlogging. I don't know I should be doing moto vlogging or not, because I've done the entire setup on this helmet for moto vlogging. And this is the rough patch. You can see the mirror, you can definitely see vibrating. I don't think so spending a little bit extra over a proper mirror. I thought that's a snake. So I think it's a very good idea. It's not the big amount. Maybe 700 to 800 is a stock mirror if something happens to this mirror, but then these are just 1600, so you can definitely go for it. You see on this there are two. The road seems nice because the camera has this stabilization. This GoPro Hero 7, but it's very much bumpy, very bumpy. See, look at this hump, and then see the mirror. So much of vibrations you can make out from the mirrors. Just see the object on the back, so you can make out how it is vibrating. This is the people tree near our house. So now we got a proper rough patch, and now we can see the object on the back side, how it looks quite vibrating. So I'm not degrading this mirror. These mirrors are really good. Everybody, almost 90% of the people use this mirror, and it's just that I just wanted to try. Nobody had ever tried a Jawa mirror on a classic, on an Interceptor or on the Continental GT. I'm just happy that I tried first. And this is quite bumpy road and quite good. This mirror as well on the left side, very stable, I say. It's very stable, like a GoPro. Okay. So that is it. That is all I wanted to show you guys, because I had got a lot of messages and DM on the YouTube. So that's the reason why I made this video. You can see, I hope you can see here, there is a locking. So there is one protruding from this side, one protruding from here. So that is what I have done the filing. So hope you can clearly see how I have done the filing for this, and they don't rotate on either of the sides. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have come to a logical conclusion where you can decide which one to go for. This is not only for the Interceptor. You can go for any bike. I mean, like any bike. Even if you have a basic 150 or 100cc bike, you can get it done. Most of the handlebars will not have a threading for the Jawa handlebars to fit in. You just have to get it modified. If you have seen the previous video where I have installed the Jawa, you will come to know what is required. So that is all for now. If you like the video, like, share and subscribe and hit the bell button. Until then, see you in the next video.